Dude, I need to unblock everybody. Well, not crazy ass people, that is. Let me go through my block list real quick. Give people time to get in before I correct Jen's lies. Because, Jen, you can't help yourself. You're seriously as sick as you were back in 2023. And again, your whole thing of, oh, I was crazy then. Honey, hi, Miss Wendy. Honey, you did the interview in August of 2022. Clint left you in February of 2023. Hey, Andrew. That's when you supposedly went crazy. And then you were in jail by June. Or was it? No, you went to jail shortly after, but you got out of jail in June, if I believe so. I think so. Hi, Miss Wendy. Hey, Ruski. But that's the timeline of events. I've known you, your psychotic bullshit, since 2020. So no, Jen, you cannot blame the entirety of all the crap you've done to me and everybody else on you being crazy. So the shit you did today was some of the crazy shit I've seen you do ever. Like, do you realize how embarrassing that was for you? Or do you not realize it yet? Hey, into the B. Hey, Little Miss Sunshine. Like, if y'all didn't see it, Jen did a whole performance today. By the way, it's my day off work, so I had time today to fuck around, okay? But Jen did her little performance today where she's putting on like socks and things, pretending to be Sophie and pretending to be Jules, pretending to be Lindsay and pretending to be Deadly. I don't even remember. I don't even know who all she did. But she thought it made her, like, she thought it was funny. It was not funny. That shit was so fucking embarrassing. So embarrassing. But let's get into my embarrassment of the day. You losing your shit over me saying, watch what happens in 2 weeks. You saying you're going to call the police because I said, watch what happens in 2 weeks. Like I said, yes, Jen, I'm putting your name on a camera and I'm going to lie, alert the FBI. Like, you are so fucking dumb. It is so easy sometimes to mess with you. But it's funny because you're like, what kind of Christian are you? Again, me being a hoodoo practitioner is because I'm not trying to be Christian. Like, I don't give a fuck about your rules and what the church says and what the government. I don't give a shit about none of that. That's why I do what the fuck I want to do. And that's why I practice what the fuck I practice. Nonetheless, it's hilarious. You say, what kind of Christian spells? And then in the next breath, you're like, I'm going to read the Bible. And you're Googling how to do spells. And you're like, that's it. I'm putting a binding spell on you. See it just like I did on Sly. What kind of Christian are you? What kind of Christian is a bitch that reads a Bible, totally ignoring what her whole fucking family wants for her, totally ignoring the fact that she has a husband out of the room being neglected, totally ignoring the wishes of everybody who even gives a fuck about her, and reading your child's Bible, act like it means something, which doesn't seem it does, because then minutes later you go on Deadlies and you're making fun of someone that's special needs. Your talk is sexual to people who don't even understand the gravity of the shit you're saying, just like you've always done. What kind of Christian is that, Jen? You were up there talking mad shit to Kira. You were talking about threatening. What about all the threats you made to Kira last night? Are you good? And you're like, I didn't know those videos were so bad because, again, you're mad about me interviewing Brandy, which we're going to get into. But I didn't know those videos were so bad. It doesn't negate the repercussions of what the fuck you said. You were running around telling everybody that her kids are you, are your daughter, are your son, like all sorts of crazy shit. Those videos are still being played to this day because of your fucking mouth. The repercussions of those videos still exist as long as they're on the fucking internet. So you have to deal with the repercussions of that. But you want to sit here and say, you reached out to my family. No, the fuck I didn't. Brand, I posted a video on TikTok to call out your abuse, and you're lying on Clint. Clint is an abuse victim of yours. He has a right to have people defend him just as much as anybody else. I know in your mind, it doesn't matter if you're smaller. You can't abuse someone that's bigger. The fuck you can't. But nonetheless, that's why I started speaking against you. And you act like that's the shock to begin with. When those videos first came out by AMZ, you had Clint, who was scared to death of you. Obviously, I know that now. I didn't know that moment. But you had Clint call me and ask me to do an interview for him to clear your name because it was a one-time thing. And you had never done that since. That had never happened before in y'all's whole entire relationship. And you were going to treatment and he had made promises that none of that would ever happen again. You were just really upset because your mom had recently passed. I'm not saying that as a dig in any way. This is context, not anything else. But you were upset because your mom had passed and you were struggling, and that's why you hit Clint. That was what was said. I even talked to Clint when you weren't around to make sure you weren't like forcing him to say anything, but he was that good. You had him trained that fucking good. It didn't matter where he was going to say what you wanted him to. But when he started reaching out to KK, that's when the truth started getting back out there again. And you even said, see, it's your fault KK's camera was around. I've never talked to KK except one time I tried to send her proof that you were filing false R claims on Clint, trying to get him arrested. You want to talk about false claims? You went to the police department and said Johnny Mac kidnapped Clint. Johnny Mac was assaulting Clint. And then you also said that not only that, but Clint SA'd you in the middle of your sleep, and that there's recorded videos of it being passed around YouTube. Yeah, bibbity bobbity boo. That's right. But the videos are being passed around by KK. And again, the only thing I sent KK was a proof of that. I said, you need to let Clint know that this is serious. She's gone to the police department. She's making these claims about Clint, trying to get him arrested. He needs to know, him and his mom need to know, get in front of it. So he doesn't wait till it's already too late and a warrant signed for his arrest based off her words. And then me and her had disagreement on, and that was it. That was the extent of it. So how I'm irresponsible for KK doing anything is mind-boggling to me, because everybody, it's no secret, me and KK don't like each other. Never have, never will. It doesn't matter. There's no weight to that at the end of the day. It doesn't honestly matter. She has her own views on things, I have my own view on things, and that's it. But that is what happened. And then with Brandy, I posted that video on TikTok to raise awareness about the abuse you were doing to him. She said, oh my gosh, I know her in real life. I've heard the video she's saying on Instagram about me and my kids. Do you mind if I say something, or I would like to clear up our names? And I said, okay, well, you could come on my live, because they're not family. They're just ex-friends. I was like, but guidelines, don't speak on anything traumatic about Jen or her family that she hasn't already shared. Don't dox anybody. Don't use her kids' names. Those were my guidelines. That's doing you a favor, considering 6-8 months before that what you did, Jen. And that's just the tip of the iceberg of all the crap you've done. But for you not to see how bad you've gotten since you've come back to YouTube, Jen, it's really scary, because your weight's gone back down. You just look stressed out 24/7. Your eyes gotten dark again. You're very paranoid. Like, you're claiming I'm now friends with Jules. I don't talk to Jules. I don't talk to Geneva. I don't talk to Brandy. I haven't talked to Brandy, like she said, in 3 years, probably longer. I took that interview off my channel because you swore you were doing better. And when I was talking to you, it wasn't as soon as you got out of jail, me and you talked again. That is not the truth of it. I didn't talk to you for a long time. It was when you started doing your channel. And at this time, you were only doing crafts on your channel. You weren't doing the drama that you're doing now. And you're like, I stopped talking to Siwa when I found out all the crap she did. Is that the case? Because I'm pretty sure I started ignoring you. I started ignoring your calls. I started ignoring your texts, everything. Why? Because you were being so two-faced. The amount of crap you said about a certain psychopath we know in this community, the stuff you said about her and her whole family, and her as a mother and her as a nurse and everything else, and then when you were live thinking I wasn't watching, the crap you were actually saying about her, or the way you try to portray it as, oh, you think she's just the best person ever. Like, I was like, girl, everything about her is just mouth service, lip service. And that literally and figuratively with Jen. Because I heard what you supposedly did with 111. That's predatory if you did, Jen. That's fucking predatory. But like I've always said, I can't vouch for who you were as a mother. I didn't know you as a mother. I don't know you to this day as a mother. But for you to say, y'all are saying all these things about me with no truth whatsoever, there have been multiple kids who have come forward, multiple, that have said that this is what happened. All their stories match up. And as far as you had my kids in your live stream. Your son came in a few times, and I said, I do not want you talking about your mother, and I don't want you spilling secrets about everything going on. He said he was just there to listen to the Instagram lives because, Jen, you kept deleting them, but you were trashing him and his sister and his family and his parents and everything, and he just wanted to listen to it. That's it. We weren't communicating behind the scenes, and I was trying to get dirt on him and everything else like you did with my child and his friends. That's what you did. I wasn't trying to do any of that. And for you to try to blame me for what Muzz did, it's freaking laughable. Because again, anything Muzz did, I found out after the fact, not beforehand. Not she asked me if she could, and I said, "Go ahead, you have my blessing." None of that freaking happened. So it's hilarious. Everything's Joel's fault. Every freaking day of your life until today. Now you're mad at me. So now Joel, it's never been Joel's fault. And then beforehand, when you weren't mad at me, oh, C was not guilty of anything. I don't blame her for what she did. It's all Brandy's fault. It's Brandy's fault. Everything happened the way it did. And then Brandy wasn't speaking at the moment. So then it was, I mean, you just went back and forth. It's Sly's fault. It's Brandy's fault. It's Joel's fault. It's Sophie's fault. It's Sophie's husband's fault. It's Johnny Mac's fault. It's Clint's fault. It's Alice's fault. And threatening me with Miss Alice. Like Miss Alice used to send me a cash app when I would cover you. And Jen, the reason I covered you wasn't to make things worse for you. It was to clear up the things you were saying about everybody in the community. You were saying horrific things about all of us. You were doxing us all the time. You were threatening us all the time. You were talking about our children all the time. You were talking about their bodily functions. We're talking about minor girls. And you were online saying horrible things, disgusting things to a room full of men. And you thought we didn't have a right to correct that. That is why you got covered on my channel. That's why Sophie covered you. That's what Cooch was playing all your body cams. Which, Cooch, I know that's you trying to dox me, by the way. Like, stop. I don't care about that shit anymore. I'll just report it. I mean, Jen, it's still in your live stream. I'm going to report it later on. I mean, still counts. It's in your chat and you haven't deleted it. So leave it there if you want to. I don't care. But Cooch was playing. I even did you a favor because Amzie played the body cam of your daughter being interviewed by the police officer. She played that when I specifically told everybody nobody should play that. Your daughter's a victim. She's a minor. She should not be played anywhere on YouTube, especially against her wishes. Cooch didn't listen to that. Amzie didn't listen to that. I never played that crap over here. Hey, no shade. I take no shade from that, Brandy. I take no shade from that. And for Jen to say, "Oh, I did the interview with your ex, but I apologize for it." Jen, you apologized. And then anytime I didn't kiss your ass in the next 6 months, you kept threatening me with the interview. And then again, you, Keista Marie, and Amzie all went on her channel with DW as a background photo and as a thumbnail. You played that interview and like dissected every minute of it and said everything he said was facts. Like, knock it off. And your whole crap about the family reached out to you. No, they did not. I was doing a live stream where I was upset because of the lies that John and Penelope had been saying about me, trying to frame me a certain way, which none of it was true, as we found out to be. Well, I already said it, but the family even said that that's not how things went. And because they couldn't get through to me, you were on my panel at the time, Jen. So they reached out to you, said, "Could you please tell us, see what we did, that we were confused, we were lied to. Now we understand that she is who she says she is," all that crap. You lie. Prove you ever said that to me. I ever said what to you? What are you talking about? I was on my channel and I said no one should play the body cam of Jen's daughter being interviewed by the police. Said it on my channel. Speaking to you directly? Absolutely not. I said it on my channel with my mouth. So you could go scrolling through and try to find it if you want to, but it's probably going to be hard because I try to do Jen a favor and I removed all those streams I did calling her out with all the lies she said about us all those times. Because I really thought that stuff was behind her. Like I said, on my channel. Speaking to you directly, no. And I didn't speak to Amzie directly either because I wasn't talking to you guys like that. But I said it on my platform, abso-fucking-lutely. But I didn't even say it to you specifically. I said to everybody in the community. So no, you can't even find that. I didn't say you and Amzie played body cam. That's a fact. See, that's the problem with you guys. It's if I don't specify every fucking detail, you say it's a lie. There's no lie to it. I said on my channel that nobody should be playing the body cam, but you and Amzie still did it. So knock it off. You are so fucking two-faced, Cooch. It's outstanding. Like, it honestly blows my mind. Yeah, no shit, you played it. You did. You absolutely did. But Jenny got shit to say about that, does she? While she's complaining about people calling, messing with her kids. That was a fucked up thing to do. And the fact that it's still on your channel, it's still there. Like, you didn't delete it. The link is still there. That's disturbing. I mean, and everybody else was getting it from you. Because didn't you and Muzz pull the FOIA? And then I think possibly Amzi got it that way. I'm not sure. But you and Muzz were working consecutively, constantly, trying to get the FOIAs of every little thing y'all could. Every body cam, every time the cops went, every time a cop call came in, y'all were pulling the FOIAs. Every fucking time. Y'all even fought over it, about who was going to play the body cam first, who was going to put the FOIAs out first. Like, you know, Jen was bad back then. You fucking know that. She was lying on everybody, and everybody was covering her, not because everybody's trying to push her over the edge like it's being claimed. No, everybody was trying to clear up the lies being said about all of us, because the lies she was saying were absolutely life-altering lies. Like, again, the fact that she was telling strange men to come kidnap my daughter from me. Like I said, Jen, just because you were crazy or not doesn't remove the dangers you put us in. And again, with your bullshit about, I called the police, it said that you gave my address out. Again, the police were there because of your call, your fake welfare call, pretending to be my elderly mother, saying you didn't talk to me in days when I just talked to my mom like an hour before I went live, and saying I wasn't taking my medication, all that. And they traced the phone call to you, dummy. What? I didn't say I told you personally. God almighty, you assumed I was saying that. Good God. I mean, that shit blows my mind to begin with. But Jen, you have been saying every slur known to man in the past few months. Slur after slur after slur after slur. Why? I thought you were against that. I thought you only did that when you were manic and going through a mental breakdown. Like, I don't understand how you think you're doing any better than what you were then. And you don't see the steady decline you're doing. And all I said weeks ago, when you were accusing me of working with Brandy again, I said, Jen, leave me out of your shit. Weeks ago, you accused me of having Brandy pull FOIAs on the stalker. And I said, I didn't even fucking talk to her or tell her to do a damn thing for me. But you were saying that, and I told you then, Jen, leave my name out of your mouth. Stop trying to tie me into this shit with Brandy. I don't talk to Brandy. And you kept on and you kept on. But I blew my fucking gasket when you went live the other day and tried to hint at I broke some law because I told the police you gave an address out. You did that in the interview. If I had to pull the fucking interview up and get the clip where you say, oh, you don't know where your wife and kids are, don't worry. Me and Maria will tell you. And Maria wasn't even part of that. You volunteered Maria's name, and I was fighting Maria for a while of that because I thought that was an agreed thing. It clearly wasn't. But you volunteered Maria's name to give out that information. And for me to say in your chat today, Jen, how would you like it if I had reached out to your uncle who you say molested you all those years, and so you can't possibly be a pedo because it was done to you and you know what that feels like and you would never do that to any child, right? That's what you've been saying for a while now. And then when I say, imagine, Jen, if I reached out to that uncle and not only offered your address on a live stream to him, interviewed him and let him deny everything he's ever done to you, and then had him speak on your children and everything else. Like, imagine if I did that and then said sorry. And then every time he pissed me off, I played the interview or gave it to someone else to fucking play. Or anytime someone else got mad, they played it and it wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for you. Imagine how you'd feel. And like, what is that, a threat? I thought you didn't do phone calls. I didn't say anything about doing a phone call. I said, imagine. That's an example, not a threat, Jen. But now all of a sudden, she was lying and saying my uncle's a molester. Well, that is literally what you have been saying. How, is it not? So is he or isn't he? Or is that just something you're saying to make it look like there's no possible way you could do what you're accused of? Someone that doesn't exist to me anymore. Yeah, and even the stepmom, I think I spoke to her once, and Jen always fucking Yeah, exactly. Summer days. Jen was always accusing me before her. She went crazy. She's like, Steve was talking to the stepmom. Steve was talking to the stepmom. And I not talked to the stepmom like 52 weeks at the time she was saying this. Like the stepmom just sent me a message one time to like clear one thing up, and that was fucking it. Did not talk to her since. There was no stalking of me stalking anybody, Cooch. You're a fucking liar now. There was no fucking stalking of anybody. You're fucking lying right now while saying, don't lie to me, Sima. God damn. They already said I was not involved in the shit they were doing to people real life. I told you what I was involved in. Got a phone call from somebody and sent a cash app, and I got Vault's address because of the FBI shit that was being done. And that way, if there was any more shit to be done that I need to press charges on, I had her information. That was it. Didn't do a damn thing with it. No one else has it. Nothing. Was it spoken of another time? Nothing. I said, I need her address in case something happens. In case she makes any more false FBI calls, which I have no issue with Vault. We already cleared up what happened there. At that time, I didn't know that information, but I don't regret asking for her information. But all that shit they did behind the scenes, they've already said it was between them. But you just keep on and keep on and keep on trying to tie me into it. I talked to her. I'm friends with no one else. Well, according to Jen, me and you're best buddies, and we're working together again. And apparently, I brought you back here again. Look, Brandy, I don't even know why you're back here again. It's not my concern. It's not my business. Just like I'm back here again after being gone for 6 months, I'm assuming it's because of the lies she's saying about you. Hey, Sophie, how are you? But I'll say this before I get going, but Geneva is mad at me because my streaming the other day saying, how dare I let George on my panel to spill lies about her, and I don't know what's the truth or not. I should do my homework before I do a live stream, and I'm like, I don't have time for that. I barely get a day off. This is like the first day I've had off in a while, and I won't get another day off for like another 9 days. But I was like, I don't have time to babysit and find out all the fights amongst everybody else. It's not my fucking concern or my business anymore. I spent years using my channel to be mouthpieces and defend people who were straight lying to my face. That is not my job anymore. And it got me fucking nowhere. It gets me being blamed for all the shit you've done in the past. Like anybody. That goes with Muds. It goes with Geneva. It goes with Zambra C. I was so fucking stupid and blindsided. But y'all have no problem me being blindsided through all that shit. But you don't want me to be blindsided when it comes to you. Shit don't work that way. Again, I don't have time for that. It's not something personal. I cannot be involved with that. I told you 6 months ago, you should walk away from this. This is only going to get worse. There's no winning by you participating in this. Everybody's onto your game now. You should just go. It's not worth this shit. And if you're being attacked still this day, I don't know what you're doing to sit here and defend you. I don't defend George. I don't defend you. You admitted y'all were doing shit to George. So I'm assuming whatever he's doing is to retaliate for what y'all did to him. That's between you guys. Has nothing to do with me. You can't bring me back because I never left. And I posted DMs between me and the stepmom. So there was very clear who said it. I didn't know that. I'm sorry, but I feel like she's absolutely not to me. Well, she made a post and said, see, how dare you say that I didn't clear up that you weren't involved in all the shit we were doing. I did. Okay, Geneva. And I said that in my live the other day. I said they did clear it up at the jump when it first started hitting the scenes that I wasn't involved in the shit. But here we got another person, Anne, going around trying to tie my name to the shit again. And she's accusing me of being the one that provided the StreamYard for every fucking thing y'all did. And I waited 2 days before I said a damn thing, hoping that one of y'all would clear it up, that no, we had our own StreamYard. We did StreamYards on time. She wasn't there. But nobody did. And then, no, you don't have to. But the fact I'm being blamed just for being y'all's friends. So that's why I felt the need to go live and clear that up. I wish there'd be nothing clear up. I wish there was nothing y'all had done to make it that point. Like I said, anything I did, I already told you what I fucking did. There's nothing else to expose. I told you with my full fucking chest what I did. Oh, I have nothing to do with any of that. Nothing. But Jen hanging out with anybody of that caliber is not gonna go well. But maybe that's why Jen's starting to say the F slur, the N slur, every slur she could think of now. Maybe that's why. Well, and I've said the only streams I've watched was a few of yours, Sophie, and I leave comments every time I've watched your streams. I would say something in your comment section. You could probably say how many times I watch your streams because I always like to comment to let you know, and I responded to stuff you're saying. But I don't even remember the last time I watched a whole stream of yours. I watch maybe 30 minutes to an hour. If I'm lucky, 2 hours, depends how long the stream was. And I leave a comment and I fucking be gone. Jen, I'd watch a few of hers. I can't watch all her shit either. So, no, I don't know the shit between George and everybody else. That is not my fucking business. If he's accusing you of things, Geneva, go live and clear your name. Amber C, go live and clear your name. And for you to be like, Amber's telling lies on me, there was no StreamYard where I passed around Anne's kids' pictures. You shouldn't have said that. I don't know what's the truth between you guys. She said you did. You said she did it. Just like about the CPS shit. She said you did it. You said she did it. Like, and then about the paging Mr. Yates. You said she was behind it. She said, no, it was you or someone else you're tied to. Like, I don't know the truth between either one of you. I don't know how I'm supposed to vouch for you guys. Y'all lied to me for fucking... Amber C only lied to me for a little bit because I only started knowing her through you, through the court case shit. But before that, years of being lied to. Whether intentionally or not, I was lying, straight up lying for you over here. Because you made it that way. You did not tell me the truth about a lot of shit. Again, I will always say, you told me you were sick, going through a lot, and I'm not questioning anybody's health, so don't even try to start that. That's not what I'm questioning. I'm saying you said you were too sick to go through all this shit. You just want to be left alone, and you don't know why everybody's attacking you. You're being accused of everything. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. I wish everybody would leave me alone. This is really putting a lot of stress on me, and I would go live, hit that live button, and defend you because I believed everything you fucking said. And look where that got me. So how you're upset with me and saying you really cared about me, you would never do this to me. My live the other day is what I did that was so god awful to you when I'm clearing out my name because my name's being thrown in just because I was friends with you, but I was kept in the dark. Oh, that's very telling, Summer. You're welcome. Hey, thank you for removing the docs. And again, Jen, that's another reason I'm mad at you because I'm being doxxed right fucking left because of your Instagram live streams. Again, you say I was crazy. It doesn't count. It does count as long as the videos are around, as long as there's still repercussions of that. You can't. That's why you can't do the shit you've done. And you still say, oh, I was having a mental breakdown. Does it count? Well, all the shit you're saying now are going to have repercussions. I had nothing to say about you or to you until you started mentioning this shit the other day and undermining all the fucked up shit you did to me and trying to put a crime on me that I called the police and told them that you got my address. No, again, the police were there because of your bullshit, your phone call, because I was live with Brandy at the time and you were sending voicemails to Brandy threatening her and threatening her son and everything under the and everything you could to get her off my live stream. And when that didn't work, you called the police pretending to be my elderly mother. That was knock on the fucking door by the cops where my daughter was, where my niece was. They were all sitting there playing. I was in the room doing a live stream. Get a knock on doors to fucking cops because of your bullshit. You didn't think that was a trigger for my sister who just lost her fiance to see the cops again at her door? You didn't think about that though, did you? So I have every fucking right to be pissed at you. But when I talked to them and they said, do I want to press charges? I said, absolutely. They said, okay, explain who she is. Explain how you know her. Explain the situation. It's like, well, just 6-8 months ago, she did an interview with my abusive ex, told him that she was going to give my location to him, did a whole fucking hour and a half live with him, spreading fucking lies. And then she offered my address at the end. I was like, so yeah, she's really fucking with me. I'm now pretending to be my elderly mother to do fake welfare calls, scare me and everyone in the household. And they're like, well, why are you scared about her getting your address to your ex? I was like, because anytime he's had in the past, he broke down the door and beat my ass. A door didn't stop him. That's why. But, and the police report said that I was worried about the cops showing up, of him showing up, break down the door. And y'all are running with it like I said he showed up in Austin. No, I never fucking said that. And if you got the body cam, you'd see I never fucking said that. And again, Jen, when Napa put out that report, where it said that I was worried about him showing up at the house. I called on my live stream and told them there. Recently, the cops were out a few weeks ago about a fake welfare check, and I explained to them why I was scared of what this woman's doing and had the repercussions she could cause me by the shit she's doing, and why I want to press charges. And apparently, when your officers put in the police report that I said he showed up recently to this location and broke down the door and assaulted me, and I have not seen him since I left East Texas 3 years ago. I'm like, no, we know that. I was like, okay, well, I just wanted to be sure. So no, there was no fucking line, Jen. But to sit here and try to act like you're the victim in that situation, you're fucking not. You did do the interview. You did say you were going to give the address and the location of me and my children to him. And you did when he said he didn't know for good fucking reason. And you did call pretending to be my elderly mother. Why are you acting like you're a victim in that? It's so fucking stupid. Oh, and Jen said about me not liking you. I've never said that. I don't believe anything Jen says. If you knew this, if only I recorded the phone calls of what she said before her and Stalker linked back up, like it would blow your mind what she really thinks about that woman. It's worse than what I think about her. She flat out says she hates her guts, can't stand her, thinks she's the worst person on earth. But when she started being buddy and I saw how fucking fake she was, still to this day, I'm like, she's still the same fucking liar. And I started ignoring your calls, Jen, and I started ignoring your emails asking for your introduction video that I did as a favor to you, and didn't respond to any of your text messages. And then you're like, I'm the one that stopped talking to see you. No, you didn't. I ghosted you. What are you talking about? I flat out fucking ghosted you, Jen. And then I still wasn't pissed off, still wasn't talking shit to you, but I've been mad. I've been mad this whole time because you're a fucking liar. And the way you minimize all the shit that's been done, but then to sit there and like be the mouthpiece of the cheerleader for someone who you've said complete opposite things about privately, Jen. But then you start saying all that shit about Sophie and her husband, and that was pissing me off because I know what a fucking liar you're being. It's not like I said, your classic Jen 2023. I'm calling Alice on you. Go ahead. She's got my Cash App because she sent money before, thanking me for calling out your lies about her son. So I'm not scared about Miss Alice. I worry for that woman. She's been through hell and back. And I know she does. I don't worry about nothing she has to say. Yeah, that is fucking crazy. But Jen, I mean, I really done you a lot of favors. I had that phone call where you told me about all the shit Clint was supposedly doing. About him, again, trying to get your son's girlfriend knocked up because y'all wanted to have a baby, and how y'all were making her so uncomfortable, and how y'all were getting her and him high. They were children at the time. And the whole situation with Clint being in the parking lot and all the other shit. Do I think it's true? Absolutely not. I think you're fucking lying. Just like you lie on everybody else. You get mad and you run your mouth, Jen. I think the things that have been said about Clint in this community are absolutely fucking horrendous. And the only person to blame is you. But you want to sit here and try to use the I was crazy card, Jen. Those lies exist to this day. 4 years later, 5 years later, because you can't shut the fuck up, because you run crazy at the mouth and then think it's no big deal. And when people are upset with you about it, you're like, well, I didn't mean it. And that makes me think that the kids are telling the truth, Jen, because again, you made me uncomfortable with your sexual talk as a fucking adult woman. You've ignored my multiple requests for you to quit talking like that sexually to me. It makes me uncomfortable. So what makes me think, and you think nothing of it. You think nothing of it that you made me uncomfortable that way. So nowhere in my brain do I think you felt bad about making teenagers feel uncomfortable. Because to you, it's just words. To you, you were just mad. To you, you were just playing. Who cares about the repercussions? Who cares about the effects it has on those kids the rest of their fucking lives? You were just playing. Like I said, I don't think anybody in this community thinks you actually touched a kid. Nobody. I don't think anyone actually thinks that. But being inappropriate, trying to be cool and funny, or when you're mad, absolutely. We have heard the way you talk to Clint. We've heard the way you talk to Mike. The shit you say, Jen, to people who have been there for you through everything in your life, like Clint and Mike and Vince and all that, is so fucking awful. It is flat out verbal abuse. You could sit there and minimize it all you want, that you are verbally abusive. You still to this day are verbally abusive. All anybody has to do is go listen to what you said on Deadlies, which I watched this morning, trying to figure out why your channel was gone, which we knew that wasn't going to last. But I watched, like, what the hell happened? What pissed her off so much that she deleted the channel? And then you were the one being verbally abusive and threatening Kira. You were exactly the way you were in those videos is what you displayed last night. But you got what? You did your live today. Oh, I was just in a bad headspace, guys. Don't pay no attention to it. You're still the same fucking person. You're not different. You're spiraling. And it calling Miss Alice about every little thing. So now you're calling Miss Alice saying a witch is threatening you on the internet. I said, watch what happens in 2 weeks. Said nothing about going over life. And Jen, I'm never going to go over life on you. I could not be bothered. But that's all I had to say. Now you're going to tell the preacher, and you're going to tell Miss Alice, and you already told Clinton. You're going to you're looking up how to cast spells and how to. Yeah, well, she's flat out abusive to people still. Flat out fucking abusive. But she's better, guys. She was in therapy today. It's okay. She was in therapy today, but then she did puppets to make fun of everybody's weight and smell and all this other shit. But she's on the right track, everybody. And then a few hours later, she's calling Miss Alice about a witch. She's going to go to the preacher about it. She's saying she's going to read the Bible, but then she's going to cast spells. Miss Joanna, she never stopped. And I went off her on the other day because she was running her fucking mouth about me and the whole my ex-husband and all the other shit. And she was doing that shit again today. So I went off on her again today. She is flat out lying about me. She won't stop. She just refuses. And it's honestly sad. Well, and she was supposedly going to a therapist all the time before her mental breakdown too. And that's what I think some people forget is before Jen had her mental breakdown, quote unquote, when she claimed she first started going to therapist when the first abuse videos came out by Clint. Clint sent those videos to Amzi. He sent them to KK. I don't know who else he sent them to. He sent them to a lot of people because he was pleading everybody for help. He knew that the internet was life for Jen. And so he knew that the way to get her attention and snap her back into reality and maybe get her help was through the internet. That's why Clint did it. And all the people try to shame Clint for doing it. He is a victim. Nobody should be shaming him for how he felt he needed recording for proof to get help, because we all know that most cops don't believe the men right away without proof. So for him to record, he has absolutely every right to record. And I've always said that. Even though other people said he shouldn't have. He absolutely should have. Do I think he should have given it to the internet for content or whatever? No. But he was pleading for help. But that's when Jen first started saying she was going to therapy and she was going to get on her medication. She was trying to get better. That's when she started doing that, y'all. That was, I wish I knew the timeline of the first video that came out. Actually, I could probably find it. Hold on, let me see. Because I did an interview with Clint when that first video came out. Okay, March 3rd, 2022. So the first abuse videos came out when she first started claiming she was going to therapy, she was doing everything right, she was going to church, all the other shit, was March 3rd, 2022. She didn't have her mental breakdown until Clint left her in February of 2023. She was out of jail by June 2023. So, Jen, how are you blaming all that on your mental breakdown? It was almost a year before that you started going to therapy and you were doing better, and it was a one-time thing and you never done it before, you never do it again. Like I said, you're blaming all of this on your mental health, but we all know all of us that were here, we know when it happened. A therapist would flat out have her in a facility at this point if they knew, but they probably don't know. And I don't think she even needs a facility, y'all. I just think she needs to take a step back. And I was trying to still be a good person, try to help her realize that. Hey, Sam, long time no see. Trying to help her realize that a long time, like probably 3 weeks ago, even though I was still pissed off at her. And Sophie, you know, I've been pissed off at her for a minute. Hey, Lori, yeah, we can see you. I was trying to tell her then to get off the internet or just go get a job. You'll have support system. You'll have money. You won't have to worry about none of that shit. And how much happier I've been since I've been working and out of the house, and which I've always worked, by the way, y'all. I only took a brief hiatus because I was not driving. That's it. So there's that for people like, oh, congratulations, you got a job at so-and-so. I've always worked. I started working at 12 years old. I had a brief. Okay. I'm sorry for the both of you. We are talking years ago. Why can't we all just move along? Because Jen refuses, Miss Joanna. She keeps going live and just lying on everybody and dragging everybody's name through the dirt and minimizing everything she's ever done and acting like she's a victim of everybody and she's not done anything and all the other shit and calling everybody names and making fun of them. And she made fun of everybody today. She was talking shit about me a few days ago. She was talking shit about me a few weeks ago. She was talking shit about me a few months ago. And I kept leaving me community posts. Jen, just leave my name out of your shit. What you're saying is a lie. That is not how things happen. And she would let it go for a little bit. And then she'd go right back to it. She let it go for a little bit. She'd go right back to it. And I told you the other day, like, she is going back to the same old Jen. And by the way, Jules, I never said that no one should cover Jen. I said for people playing the abuse videos now and act like that's happening at this moment, I don't think was right thing to do. I didn't say no one should cover her. Anybody should defend, clear up any lies being said about her. I just didn't think playing the abuse videos and act like they were current was right. That's what I was talking about. But with the way she's going, I mean, who knows? Who fucking knows? But anyways, I'm going to get going, y'all. I just wanted to clear that up. Jen, maybe stop talking about everybody who's leaving you alone, and you won't have so many fucking fires to put out. You won't have so many people coming at you. I honestly felt bad for you weeks ago when you did the I'm done stream. You did it like 2 or 3 in the morning. So I was able to watch that live. You rarely catch your lives, but I was able to watch that live, and I was feeling so bad for you. I almost picked up the phone to call you because I was feeling so bad, feeling like everybody was just, it was too much and people were really breaking you. And you ended the live, and then hours later, you're on Deadly's running your mouth about everybody all over again, talking mad shit. Like, I don't get it. And you go through like a list of names of everybody you want to talk shit about. Anyways, love you too, Miss Joanna. Ladybug. Lori, I usually work at 2, but I'm off today. Do you not see what Jen is doing on day after day? Joanna, she wants to talk. Like, Miss Joanna and Jen do have a close relationship. I don't know if she's seen everything. Maybe she should watch earlier today. If she hasn't, watch the whole thing. Watch the stream a few days ago before I went live, because when I went live, it was in response to Jen's running her mouth. That's why. And Jen, call me Seahorse all you want. I don't fucking care. I call you Gennochio. That shit don't bother me. Hate to tell you. But anyways, I'm going to get going. I have no beef with anybody. Well, it's always a fuck you forever to one individual for sure. But anybody else, I don't care what you got to say. I'm not here to fight with anybody else. I'm responding to the shit I want to respond to. End of story. And if I don't watch it, I don't fucking care. But Jen, I was watching because I actually was trying to see if she was going to get better. She's clearly not. It's clearly not on her agenda. And Jen, when I told you that you should probably go maybe work outside the house, you're like, I can't. My channel's too important. You can still do your channel at night or on the weekends or on the days off. But you literally said your channel was too important. You couldn't work outside the house. That's crazy. That's not wanting to get better, Jen. That's not wanting your life to get better. Yeah, I'd rather not be around at all. I'd rather just come around when I want to check in on people, but I just reached my limit with Jen. Like I said, she's one of the few I would watch every once in a while, and I just been letting go. And like I said, seeing the videos being reposted where I'm being doxxed all over again, all the lies Jen said, where Jen was talking about everything under the sun, like horrible shit about me and my kids and everything. Like I've been slowly getting madder and madder and madder. And then for her to say that shit the other day about what called the cops and lied on me. No, the fuck I didn't. But anyways, I digress. I don't have issues with the rest of you guys. I don't have issues with Geneva. We just aren't friends. We just don't talk. I don't hate you. I don't hate George. I don't hate Ambersy. I just don't want anything to do with it anymore. That's it. I'm not trying to help anybody go after you. I'm not trying to help you go after anybody else. I just want to be out of your situation. That's it. And if you hear people say I did something else with you that you know for a fact is a lie, it'd be great if you could clear it up. I can only clear up things that I know are lies. When it comes to you and Amber C, I don't know what's the truth or not. So how am I going to clear up what y'all two did when I wasn't even fucking involved or wasn't in the know of it until y'all admitted all your shit to everybody else? Like, I didn't even have the courtesy to know before everybody else did, you know? Like, that's how much y'all thought about me. But I'm not team anybody in y'all shit. I think it's awful. Anyways, I'm going to get going. Y'all have a great day. I'll see y'all later. Jen, stop talking about me. You won't hear from me again. I'm just saying. All right, bye, y'all.